Hello again, Kingston Town Administrator Keith Hickey with the latest edition of This Week in Kingston for the week ending March 25th, 2022. Beautiful weekend last weekend. Everybody enjoyed the weather, and now it's 40 degrees and rainy. Hopefully, we are definitely on the right side of winter, but these temperatures fluctuations are a challenge at times, I'm sure, for everybody. So a lot continues to happen here in town. The finance committee is continuing to review budgets. They're reviewing the police and fire department budgets next Tuesday. The next Monday, oh my God, I haven't got my dates right. I apologize. Next Monday night, the FinCom will be looking at the police and fire department budgets there. Nearing the end of reviewing the budgets, we've had some really good comments and some suggestions on how we can modify the budgets moving forward for the presentation of town meeting. So we'll work towards trying to address those and get those squared away. Capital planning was supposed to meet last night to finalize that capital plan, but we had a couple of late arrivals that need to be looked at and considered. So I asked the board chair if we could please take a week. So I had the opportunity to modify the capital plan that's going to be finalized hopefully next week, and the capital plan will meet next week as well. The town meeting continues to be scheduled for the intermediate school, so we're excited about the opportunity to go back to where it's normal, where people can hear better, where it might be a little bit more comfortable. And hopefully feel a lot more normal than it did at the Kingston collection. So things are still moving in the right direction. Obviously, there's been some discussion about the latest and greatest COVID variant, but it does appear as though people who are vaccinated and people who have actually had COVID should have built up some sort of a tolerance, so it shouldn't be as significant. But we'll certainly keep our eyes open for that. Make everybody aware if there's anything that you should be doing to protect yourself a little bit from exposing yourself to COVID and getting this latest variant that seems to be moving around. So other things happening. We had a Board of Selectmen meeting this past Tuesday night. The board had a lot of items on their agenda. We approved upgrading a position from a planning support staff person to an assistant planner. There's no additional cost to do that, but the skill set that the position will bring the planner is significant. I think at this time of Kingston's history, a lot going on. Obviously, a lot of the parcels you never thought would be developed, they're looking at developing because there's nothing left. So having another set of eyes in the planning department will be really, really helpful. So appreciate the Board of Selectmen support with that. The board also adopted the thickly settled and business district speed limit of 25 miles an hour townwide. That'll go into effect later this year. We as the town need to invest in some signage. There was certainly some debate Tuesday night about signage to make sure that the motoring public know what the speed limits are on certain parts of roads, as well as the police department being able to enforce the speeds on the roads as efficiently and effectively as they possibly can be. So overall, I think that discussion was healthy. We did have some concerns about the discussion. Unfortunately, Main Street while it's a town maintained road, the state of Massachusetts, Mass DOT has done a speed study in 1958 where they established a speed limit of 35 miles an hour. Some of the residents on that road would like to see that speed dropped, and the Board of Selectmen ultimately voted to start the process to do that, which frankly didn't come at with a lot of happiness from a couple of residents on Main Street who would like to see something happen much quicker. It's unfortunate that we can't make those decisions independently, but we can't, and we have already reached out to Old Colony Planning Committee to start the process of requesting the state to reconsider their study, which set the speed limit to 35 miles an hour. They'll look at a number of things, such as accidents, the roadway itself, and whether it's curvy or straight, what the average speeds have been on the road, and make the decisions. I think the Board of Selectmen will certainly support the thought of reducing the speed on the road from 35 to something less than that. Some of the challenges we're going to face, frankly, is while there is 4,000 or so cars on the road a day, and truck traffic has certainly increased to some degree because of all the construction going on in Kingston and around us, that Main Street continues to be the preferred, safest route to get from one destination to another, rather than going down Evergreen Street and dealing with the intersection at Summer Street, or dealing with the intersection at Evergreen, Pembroke, and Maine. So really don't think there's an alternative route for truck traffic and things of that nature than using Main Street at this point. There was a person who came in to the meeting on Tuesday night who was exceptionally emotional, I guess I'd say, and was upset and suggested that there were a couple of accidents on that road that was caused by speed, which is in fact absolutely untrue. One accident occurred because a young driver fell asleep at the wheel and crashed into the front of a home, which again is unfortunate and we don't want to see happen, but a speed limit's not going to stop that from occurring. There was also a very serious accident in a person who lives on Main Street's yard that was brought up on Tuesday night. Again, while exceptionally unfortunate, and the property owner was made or saw a variety of personal injuries because of that accident. The accident was because of a drug overdose. It wasn't because of speed. It wasn't because of not paying attention to your car or to the roadway, things of that nature. So while I certainly sympathize with what that person was exposed to, and wouldn't want to have had seen some of the things that I assume he saw because of that accident, it certainly wasn't because of speed. So the town of Kingston, I think, is absolutely intending to try to work as collaboratively as we can with the state of Massachusetts and make them aware that we believe the speed limits on Main Street should be reduced at least by 5 miles an hour. The challenge we have, frankly, as I mentioned, is the road is straight. There have not been a tremendous number of accidents, and the 85th percentile of speed, meaning 85% of the cars that travel on Main Street are going between 37 and 38 miles an hour, which is not much more than the 35 mile an hour speed limit. So we will certainly use the thickly settled rationale that we have now in our back pockets, and also the fact it's a beautiful historic road, and we want people to be as safe and enjoy that road as much as we possibly can for biking and walking. It's flat, it's pretty, it's wide, so it's a nice safe road to not only drive your car on, but also walk, ride your bike, or whatever else you have to be doing over there. So I understand the frustration of some people in town that's not moving quick enough, and I certainly respect that. All I can do is assure you that the Board of Selectmen and staff are working as quickly as we can to get this in front of the board, this Mass Department of Transportation, to have them decide what they believe based on the facts are, what the speed limit should be. So that'll be a topic that we'll be dealing with now, I think, for quite some time. It'll take a few months to get that, try to get that addressed. We'll see how I'm sure we'll have some success in having Department of Transportation review it. I don't know what their response or answer is going to be, but at least we'll have given it a try anyways, and do the best we can to try to get that reduced to the satisfaction of at least a few people on Main Street. Beyond that, again, a lot of things happening in the spring. A lot of recreation programs are kicking off. I suggest you get out and enjoy the weather and use some of the town facilities that are available to you. And again, if you have any questions or concerns, I would always willing to take a phone call or an email. Happy to help out any way I can. With that, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to you again next week. Have a good day.